Welcome to the Small Business Office Showcase, where daily we provide you a quick tour of a government agency's small business portal or the like from a large prime. We understand that as a small business, time and resources are limited. We hope by quickly summarizing this information, we save you time and perhaps put you one step closer to your next contract. In this episode, we'll focus on Booz Allen Hamilton. To make it easier for you to quickly do your own research, the information you see on this slide is in the video description below. In each episode, we're targeting 6 pieces of information we think are most valuable to you. And if we find links, then we're going to provide those links directly to you. As you can see from this slide, the 6 items are: does this organization have a small business portal? Does it list out the events it hosts or attends so you can plan well in advance? Are there any forecasts for the next 12 to 24 months that'll help you identify opportunities? Does the organization provide a way to reach them for subcontracting opportunities? Is there any special registration required for this organization? And finally, is there a list of people available that you can reach out to for help or to get questions answered? You can see the basic results are on this slide, but let's go ahead and take that quick tour. First, we'll go to the small business portal for this contractor. And here it's got a good subcontracting page. It explains a lot of information. It talks a lot in here about how you can do business with them. So I say this is good. Come on in and learn more about it. It's got a lot of articles in here trying to really promote their small business initiatives. They believe in small businesses. Next thing is we're looking for events. I already have that open right here. Oh, that's interesting. So it's the same page every time. I forgot about that. So one of the things I noticed is that they just kept sending you back 3 times. I went back to the same page to find it. So if you think about events and you're coming through here, the only thing I could see is this basic thing where it talks about some events which we have participated in the past. That's not really helpful. It would be awesome if they invested the time and the money to just sit there and tell us actually where they're at so that we could reach out to them, begin to build the relationships with them, learn from them. They've got an obligation to sit there and use small businesses, and opening the door to new small businesses would be a really generous thing on their part. The next one, so that's events. Forecasting, there's nothing listed. I would love to see them have in here their forecast of what's coming out in the next couple of years, even if it's just the existing contracts. It's public information, but if they can make it available as a small business is trying to learn more about their organization, now we know which contract they're on and how we might be able to team up. The flip side is you can always find information about Booz on a government site and then maybe reach back to them. The subcontracting is the same thing I mentioned. You come over here. It talks about their vehicles and different ways you can get into it, but if you keep coming down here, it just talks about generally all of it coming back to this idea that they believe in it, but it's more just text. And so if I take you to the last piece where that was subcontracting, is there registration? And there is, and it's this site here it takes you to. And you go in, you do the registration. It's kind of like SAM, if you will. In fact, it would be awesome if they could build their tools so when you put in your cage number, it could just reach right out to SAM and pull that information in automatically instead of having to retype it. But either way, you're able to register in here. You put your basic information in as soon as you submit it. Here, I think you could tell that I'm kind of logged in or something because I already registered. But the process is pretty straightforward. I think it's 4 pages. They ask you very basic information about your organization and your capabilities, and then you're registered within their system. Again, anytime you want to do business with a large organization, they're going to ask that you're registered with their internal system. And then the last one we look for is contacts, and I just didn't see any contacts at all. If you go to their subcontracting page, there really is no way that I saw, and maybe I'm missing something, but there's no real way that I saw about reaching out to people. You can register, and then they'll reach out to you, but it would be super nice if you could sit there and actually do it the other way. So some of the other things, as you click on these and you try to just understand what they have, they just talk about the opportunities they have. But even in here, so here you go. Well, they kind of generically are putting it in, right? So this is who's in charge of these vehicles. If you want to kind of join the vehicles, you can find that information. That's handy information be great as you try to pursue different organizations who perhaps have a dependency on the certain vehicles, et cetera, as you go forward. That's funny. That was a lot of information just to be able to get to here. But, I mean, here you're actually getting to specific people. So this is great. This is one I didn't see earlier, and I'm glad I just clicked on it. So you can sit there and go into their vehicles to find it. Let's see if the contracting. Maybe I found out where I made a mistake. No. Okay, so these are kind of the same thing. These are just guidance on how to go back. And then just making sure the subcontracting is where we're at, RFP submittal. So this is where they're just talking about if you want to submit it as a team, you're just entering in a basic form and pushing it forward. So the real list of people, if you want to get access to the names of people, as we just saw, you can go into the contract vehicles. That turned out to be a good little gem there I didn't find earlier when I was doing my prep. But right in here, that's pretty great to be able to find those. So let me go back to our main page there, because that concludes this walkthrough. I hope you found this information helpful as you continue to grow your business. Please provide any comments below or reach out to me directly if you have any questions using my email address that's in the description. I'm your host, Neil McDonnell with SV MacPack. I thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me again for more video tours.